welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I hope all of you are wrapping up the year with great times with friends and family and that you're preparing for a new year 2017. All right, well today what I'm going to do is flip through my Traveler's Notebook bullet journal that I completed for December and then show you my setup for January, and then I'll tell you what this baby is all about, what I'm thinking about doing for this. This was a wonderful gift from my dear friend Nawasa, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, so let's go ahead and open up my Lucinda Dory Planners Traveler's Notebook, which I make these and sell them on my Etsy shop. And I'm just going to go ahead and take out the December insert, and I will link down below a previous video where I show you how I make my inserts. And we're just going to flip through this and show you what I did. All right. Well, this is a beautiful bookmark that is also in a previous video I'll link down below that a planner friend made for me. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Okay, so we're going to look at January in just a second, but let's flip through December. And December was a really busy month, so there are a lot of things that I thought I would like to do that I kind of started but just didn't have time to do, but I will still transfer those things over for future months. All right, so here is this was a coloring page that I printed offline, and I'll link that below for you guys as well. I colored that. And then this was just information on Christmas services at my church, Life.Church, at the location where I go. My index, and then I initiated a time key. This time I didn't have enough time this month because my daughter graduated early and it was Christmas and we had family over for both brunch and dinner, separate groups of people. I won't do that again in future years. I'll just have one group for one meal. But I do like that this plan that I'm gonna bring forward, and I'll show you how I'm doing that. And the key that I drew, I'm pretty proud of that. Okay, and then this was the monthly calendar that I printed this off online, and if I still have the link, I'll put it below. But you can just Google for calendars that start on Monday. So that's what I used, and then I just cut it to fit. And then I have all my goals, which I think I started this, I think, last month. But anyway, so I have them broken up by YouTube goals, YouTube videos, Etsy goals, Etsy products, and then family goals, financial goals, personal goals, and social media. All right, and so this is still December. Today I think is the 28th, so I will complete those by the end of the month. And then this was my, see if you can see it there, Acts 2 Church, which I talk about in previous videos, where I want to be engaged and really being involved with people more personally, more often, and if possible, eat and drink together. And then down here is where I list the name, the needs, and ways that I can help people. And of course, I covered up their names. And then life group songs, because I sing. Usually, we have a small group that my husband and I host at our house, and I usually sing on the Friday nights that we host. But December was just a crazy month, and I wound up not singing at all. So I just put a little note there. It was a unique month. I did not sing at all. Or I didn't sing at life group. I sang at church, though. And then books to read. And so I just put a dot here. I don't really use this kind of key, but I put here because I'll show you when we go over the Leuchtturm what I'm going to do about that. But this was a book that I started but didn't really have time to finish this month because there's a manuscript that I have to get finished, and I noted that there. And then movies to read, and so I kind of marked the ones that I've done and the ones that I'm going to try to get done in January, and then I put just 2017. The arrows are for the ones that I'm going to try to do in January, and then 2017, those will go in that Leuchtturm. We talk about that for plans for the entire year. All right, and then wish list. Now I put this wish list under this section, but I'm going to change that and put it under my business shopping list for 2017. Okay, because I really don't have any personal wish list items. I just don't. I don't know why. This also, I didn't fill any blanks because this is a household shopping list, and I will still continue to use that, but for what I want to buy that month. And this will go on the rest will go on a 2017 list. So I kind of got to decide what I'm going to list for January. And then my daughter graduated early, so this was just the program that I recorded, information on that. And then here was just information for the schools, and that involves a lot of my kids. My daughter's starting college early in January, and my son's transferring to another college in January. They're both out of state, and this has a lot of financial information, so I had to cover that up. And then this was everybody who came to the graduation for my daughter, because it was just her. She was homeschooled, and we had a private graduation. And then this was my business budget and kind of what I spent for this month. And then this was my business shopping list. Now I started that list, but I didn't finish it. Just as things came up, I went and bought it. But I stayed pretty much on budget. In fact, I did so far. I did the net, and it was a positive number. So my budget worked pretty well this month. And then these pages that are wrapped around with washi tape are all family financial pages. So I didn't want to share that. So that's all there. But I did want to show you this page where I do my financial totals for the family stuff. Some of it's covered up with the washi tape, but all the different categories of things that we might have expenses for. And then at the bottom, I've got the deposits totals, withdrawals totals, and the net, and then the balances for different accounts. And then this, of course, I covered that up, financial action steps. So you can see that financial action steps for things that we needed to do. And then this I started in December, and I'm going to continue it, but I just didn't, again, it was too busy of a month. So I put right there, if you can see, this wasn't a good month to start tracking this, but I will commit fully in January. So I've got the chart back here. You can see that. The chart back here where I will use these kind of codes to track my health and wellness. And then I'll just put those codes by each day and kind of evaluate it at the end of the month. Okay, and then this was stickers from my Etsy shop that I used for Christmas gift lists, and I didn't put all the amount totals, sorry, I'm moving that around too much. Dollar totals amounts on there yet, but that worked pretty well. This was a really fun idea that I wanted to do, was to kind of have a plan each day of what I was going to do toward Christmas to get things done. And sometimes you just have too much to do than to have time to write it down. You just got to do it. So, but I am going to plan on doing that next year. And then my habit tracker, which always works out pretty well, but there's some really busy times in there, so some things didn't get marked off as much, but it's good, I think, for the time of year and everything that we had going on. Okay, and then these were my weekly pages. Now I designed a template so that this I wrote out, this one, and you can see it was a busy week, and so some things I didn't fill in. But this, I just used some Tombow dual tip markers for that. And I'll go over these weekly pages in detail in a separate video later. But I made this template to just reuse, and I printed it on sticker paper for the rest of the weeks. So the weeks are the same, and I didn't have to draw them out every time. And I'll just zoom this in a little bit. You can see a little better. Okay, quit picking it up. Sorry about that. I hope that's clear, but I'll bring it up for a little bit. So see, I did a lot of doodling. I just really got into doing this for the majority of the things that I need to do each day. And I'm loving it. It's just giving me an opportunity to really doodle a lot and then still be functional. And I do post pictures of these on Instagram, so if you want to check that out. Okay, and so you can just see so this is what Christmas week looked like. See all those drawings? Oh, it was so fun. Now, Christmas Day, I didn't do anything on there except keep track of my water intake. But, and so then, this is this week. It's kept with the winter theme, and I did use a little bit of stickers. I got these really cool stickers from a shop. I don't know the name of the shop, but I shopped on Aliexpress. It's an app, and I'll put that down below if you guys haven't heard of Aliexpress. But this is a sticker, this, this, that, and that. Those are all stickers. Okay. All right, and then this again, I didn't get to finish do or keep up with, but I want to start keeping a list of routines, and actually the routines will be totally separate in the future of like things I want to do routinely each day. Or routinely, period, not necessarily each day. And then this, today's positive short, which is something I post on social media from the scriptures. I want to kind of plan ahead for those. And then also my posts right here, my posts on social media. Okay, and then this will be my time tracker results, which I didn't have time to do this month, but that is starts back here. See where I have, this is where the time key where I'm going to highlight what I spent my time on so I can keep track of how my time is working out for me. And I'll show you guys that as I have some results for it. Okay, and other than a couple of other sticker sheets in the back, and I'll show you. Oh, and this little magnet came from my Etsy shop and made that. I love this. I have also fish and a bear, and I'm going to make some more. And then, so these, I'm going to try to finish color these by the end of the month, but these are some sticker pages also that I just got from online, and they were full sheets, but I cut them down to size. Okay, so that was December, and now I'll show you so you can see things that are blank, the way they are blank, set up for January. And I have a previous video that I will link below that shows my future planning and kind of everything that's set up in my traveler's notebook besides the monthly inserts that I create every month. So I will link that below because I haven't changed that, but I'm still working on my goals. Not quite finished, and I'll do a separate video for my goals for you guys. But this is the insert. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit that I made for January. Isn't it pretty? I just love it. All this different craft paper that I used came from Michael's, and they were like, I don't know, $15 or $17 originally, and they were on sale for $5 for a whole big pack of different colors and designs, so that was great. And so basically everything pretty much looks the same, but you can see how it looks before I filled it in. So this is a journaling card. My husband made me 12 of these for Christmas. This was the second year that we did DIY gifts for each other, and he made 12 different ones, and I'll show those as we go along. I'll definitely post them. I posted all of them on Instagram, but I'll be using them throughout and sharing them. But I love this. And so my index and the key, and I did not redraw this key. I just copied it on my printer in color and used adhesive squares to adhere it. Okay. And then, if I change this or change anything about the key in the future, I'll just redo that. So here is a blank. Here is the January calendar. Now I drew it out this time. I did not print it. And then all of my spaces for all the different goals. And what I plan to do for this year is not things that I know that I like, that I know I'm going to want to do for the future month. I'm going to try to stop drawing it out, but just copy it, make a template like this. This can be a whole template, this part, and print it on sticker paper and just stick it in there so I can save some time. And then the future month, if I want to change it, I just change it. So there we are again at my Acts 2 church plan and needs in the community, my life group songs, books, movies. Now I did write down some movies that I know I want to watch in January, and the rest will be in my official bullet journal, the Leuchtturm, so I'll share that. The trip to my daughter's school and the trip to my son's school details, and then the business budget, business shopping list. And this is what the family finances spread looks like. So it has a date over here, the date, category, vendor, bank, product, service, or deposit, and amount. And it just has the same thing on this side too. And I have 6 pages all together set up for that. And then this is again are the totals. So those would be all of the totals. Sorry, I hit my camera. And then the financial action steps are up here. And so I just cover that up, and because I have some written already on there. And this is where my health and wellness scores will go. And then this is my habit tracker for January. Some neutral colors. It looks pretty much the same. And then these are the blank pages where you can tell those are sticker sheets for my weeklies before I color them in. And now I definitely am doing that, though, that template, that same style for the first 2 weeks, because I don't want to think about creating something different because my kids will be still here. My daughter will be here through the 7th and my son through the 5th. And so I'll have that way. But I left the other ones blank, just put stickies in case I want to change it, because part of what I was keeping up with was we have 4 drivers and 2 cars, who worked where and who needed to be where and who had what car. So I don't have to do that anymore, at least not while they're in school. And then routines, so I'll be recording things about routines there, and I'll share that with you guys. My today's positive short posts and organized planner sheet posts, and then results of the time tracker. Okay, all right, so that's it for the insert. And what I'm thinking I want to do in this Leuchtturm, so I'll bring this for you guys. My friend got this for me, which is so sweet because I have never actually had the official bullet journal. But what I'm thinking I want to do in here is make it my goals planner for well, actually not just for 2017, but maybe for the next 3, 4, 5 years, however much time will work in here. So I'm going to use it to create my goals for all the areas of my life, and then also to keep track of plans for things that affect the entire year. So maybe all the household things I want to do for the entire year, and all of the books I want to read for the entire year, or movies for the entire year. And then as the months come up and I plan for them, then I will just put each month's information and an insert, and then I'll check it off here as it gets done. And then when it's another month, I'll look at my master list and add the stuff for the current month in that insert. So I will let you guys know, but I just wanted to show you, I've never actually flipped through an entire one, and it's so awesome. So I wanted you to see what's in here. So of course it's got a key with all different, like it's got the ones, sorry about that come with it, or the ones that they suggest, and then places for you to create your own things that you want to use for your key. Your name and your contact information. It's got tips on getting started, which is really cool. And then it's got the index, and it has, I think, 4 pages for that. And then 4 pages for a future log. And it's got dot grid paper, and of course all the pages are numbered. So you can see that. That's clear. Number 6 there. And then it's got 3 ribbons, and they're different colors too. Take that off. So one is white and one is gray. Yeah, it's like a dark gray, and one is black. I'm not sure if that'll show up. And then in the very back, this is what, you can see that a little bit better. And then the very back, which I think is really, really cool, is it has this section. Get to that. It has this section. It says introduction, and it tells you what you have, and it teaches you how to bullet journal. Isn't that cool? Rapid log, task, all of that, tips. It's just really amazing. Collections, migration index. It's just awesome. And then yeah, it's got the pocket back here. Oops, that's a little piece of, oh yeah, it's got the thing where you can label your different bullet journals in the spine there. Oops, I'm sorry. And then it's got the little pocket back here where you can stick stuff. Okay, All right, well, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was a blessing to you and encouraged you. I would love to hear about what you are going to be doing for 2017 for your plans. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, happy planning.